Hi guys, this is Dr. Aeronautics. Welcome to what I think is Norsden Land to Neso episode 38. Today we have orders to fill. We have a task, and that task is to deliver what will become... Oh dear, and it's already off. Well, that's certainly no good. Gonna have to roll this thing down again. Okay, I guess that's good enough. So we have a task, and that task is to deliver a rocket, a science package. Actually, it's to deliver rocket parts to build a rocket, a science package, and a gantry crane. So here we are here. This is all the components that we need for the gantry crane. This is the science package. We're going to send something into space next episode, and we're going to build a rocket for it. This will be Beach 2. Beach being the program, similar to the U.S. Mercury program. This will be an unmanned mission. But basically, we're going to be sending a camera, obviously radio for communications. We're going to be sending various measurement gauges, a thermometer, and of course a battery to power the whole thing. And this is the rocket it's going to go into. You may be wondering about the TNT. That is for pad safety, in case we have to destroy the rocket, known as range safety. If you don't know what range safety is, you should look that up. And then we have guidance hardware and guidance logic, computers, programs, of course a battery and a radio so that we can maintain contact with the rocket. So what I'm going to do is deliver this stuff, and then I'm going to give you guys a tour of the Space Center, which is now 100% complete, and then we're going to get to work building the thing. So you may have seen in episode 37 in the description, I've actually figured out I would have enough of a budget that I could actually... Oh, whoa, that is very bad. That was not supposed to happen. We had enough budget access that I was able to create a... Don't collide with the steam train. Okay, good. I had enough of a budget excess that I was able to create a what do you call those things? A rapid transit system for the Space Center. So the Space Center has its own rapid transit system, and I'm going to use that to give you guys a tour. Alright, so the way this is going to work is I'm going to go ahead and connect the train car to the train, and I did not want to do that because now I'm going to have to shove the cart. Doggone it. I knew that was going to happen. Now I'm going to have to shove it back. This is kind of really annoying stuff. Hopefully this is close enough to grab. Freight trailer, good. Pacific, and slam the two together. And we're attached. Good. Okay, so I'm only going to show the highlights of the route, just to not bore you guys out. I will pull the train forward today, but I'm not going to get on the road yet. That's not going to be till a little bit later. And my train turned around. What the heck? Okay, see you guys in the morning, and this is totally messed up already. It's going to be a long trip. Also, I figured out how to make more plastic bottles faster. So now we have an ungodly amount of diesel fuel, now that we actually have somewhere to store it. Okay, we're on our way. Hopefully it will be more than a few meters before the thing decides to crap out on us. And I am not liking that noise upstairs. Or is it downstairs? So far, so good. You know, maybe it's a better, for better that we actually are looking backwards, because at least we have view of the coupling. I think I did that a little bit early. Yeah, we're just now crossing W45. And then, of course, I'm going to have to stop and set that switch again when we get to it. Okay, the carriage is still following us, which is good. Because I like it when carriages follow. It's a good thing. It means that all is right with the world. Okay, we're taken care of. Now, hopefully that's not going to screw us over when we go through the interlocking there. I actually haven't named this thing. It's just the intersection with lines 1 and 2. But I don't have an actual name for this interlocking. Okay. I do not like what just happened. I do not like that. I'm going to move forward nice and slow, see if the thing can fix itself. Okay, looking better. Hopefully it grabbed. Okay, it fixed itself. Good. Oh, great. Now there's this. Fun times, people. Fun times. What do you know? We're coming up to Buzzakundra Beach, and the thing's still following us. Pretty good. I won't be impressed unless it survives all the way to the Space Center. Spoke way too soon. It's already screwed up. This stuff is absolutely useless. Now to offload everything from there into there. And of course, it's not going to fit. Or will it? Because some of this is double stacked. It will not fit. I think we're getting to the beginning of the end for the freight cart. So we're in the southern forest now. Apparently, the thing seems to be more stable pushing than pulling. So let's see what happens here. Now you watch. As soon as we get to that bridge up ahead, it's going to go right into the river. Good. Keep trudging along. Oh, nope, nope, nope. We just lost it. Oop. Did you forget which side you're following me from? Yes, and now it's trailing. Man, this thing sucks. Please attach to the tracks before getting to the hill. Ugh. Oh, it attached. Question is now, is the track set right? And the answer is yes. Unfortunately, now it's getting dark. Stupid freight cart wouldn't go more than 30 seconds without screwing up, so I gave up, threw out the least valuable items in my inventory, and we're now just going the lone engine. No cars, and thank goodness, because that thing was so annoying. I don't know how we're going to build a particle accelerator when it comes time to do that, because we're going to need at least 3 of those cars. So imagine 3 of that going on for basically across all of Norsden land. It's not going to be pretty. Okay, we're almost to the Space Center now. We're getting closer. Any minute now we're going to cross route N1. Wow, 3 times. Yep, and route A101, the Space Center thoroughfare. Stupid chickens! Stop walking in front of my train. Every time. Okay, we're finally here. Let's go nice and slow under the causeway just so that they know we're friendly. Okay, so that is our vehicle assembly building. That is launch pad 30. This is some crazy messed up logic that I'm not even going to begin to explain. And this is the Space Center station. Here we are now, milepost 2610. Ugh, we're finally here. Okay, but that wasn't the goal. The goal was to actually deliver stuff to the space station. And using a little bit of trickery here, we can actually get the train to go right into the siding without flipping any switches. Boom, just like that. We're now sitting on a freight siding where we can wait and trains can go by absolutely no problem. So here's our freight depot, and we're going to overfill it, I bet. Yeah. Okay, so we have a rocket. I don't even know what's what anymore. I honestly don't. I am probably going to have to... Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to... Alright, let me deposit this stuff and then we'll deal with what later. Okay. Oh my gosh, thank you so much, Modern Technology. I used my own video to put everything back the way it was. So, there we go. Likewise, I've shut the engine down and applied the brakes. So, we're just going to leave this thing here in the siding. It's going to hold everything until we need it. So, on with the tour. So now I'm going to proceed to the... where the heck did it go? Oh, right, it's probably up there. I'm going to proceed to the beginning of the rapid transit Skytrain, and we'll have a tour. We have reports of a terrorist who has violated the border of the rocket center. And he's out. Okay, so this is our very first station here at North Dock. So let's go ahead and put some fuel in there. So this is the North Ship Dock. It is large enough and deep enough to handle vehicles as large as my destroyer. I have parked the freighter here. It works, and there's enough clearance here that I can pull my destroyer up right alongside it here and offload here to the North Docks. So, barring that this thing is warmed up, we're ready. Yes, we're ready to proceed with the tour. Okay, so as we start here on the outside, you have pad 10. You can see the pad access infrastructure right here, and the pad itself. This is the main vehicle assembly building. Some chunks aren't loaded. You can ignore that. That's a news facility. There's the gate right there. This here is the visitor center. And as we make our way around to the truck offloading station right here. That is a badging office right there. And this is the South Lake. And I'm sorry, no, that's the badging office right in front. This in front here, there's so much stuff here, I don't even know. Oh no, that's the that's the administration building. So there you go, there's that. There is the Pad 30 tower. Amazing stuff. That's the integration and test facility. Obviously, there's the freight depot. This is that is the operations and checkout building for astronauts and the likes. We're now at the orbiting processing facility station. So that is obviously the orbiter processing facility. Through there is Pad 30, the big one, and 20 is through there as well. This is hangar H1 up above that we're going to go through right now. And this building over here is mission control. Going under the runway now. And when we resurface, we should be, yes, that is the integration and test. No, that's not the integration and test facility. That is the, it's something else, which for some reason I can't quite recall. It should be the integration and test facility. No. No, it shouldn't. Okay, but anyhow, this is the southern complex. Here is hangar H2. Here is the storage facility. That would be the EDL complex. Obviously, that's the Spaceflight Tracking and Data Network. This is the small south boat dock that I made, and that is the. This is burning. All right, I'm going to pull up the map. Okay, according to the map, this building over here is the yes, it's the payload processing facility, of course. So there you go. Now we can go ahead and head back. Time to. What I will do is bring us back to the payload processing. I'm really out of it. I will bring us back to whatever the heck the third station is. Actually, no. I choose the second station. The second station would be administration. Yeah, no, visitor complex. That's the next station. It's a visitor complex. Okay, stop the Skytrain right here. And that's the tour. Or at least from the outside. I can give a quick little minute-and-a-half tour of everything here. Obviously, this is the vehicle assembly building. It is 115 meters tall. That doesn't mean it stops at level 115. That means it stops at level 115 plus 67, which is, jeez, it must be upwards of 180 Y, as I recall. I did build everything myself. Nothing was spawned in or cheated. So this is completely what we got. All this stuff we mined from the quarry. This is Pad 30. This is the biggest pad of all. And I have a new invention of my own I like to call the elevator. Yes, this thing actually works, and it goes all the way up. Just to give you guys an idea, this is the first floor, okay? And there are 18 going all the way up. I counted earlier, you can only see up to 9, so this is only half of the tower. There is the sound suppression water system. And now we have Pad 20. So this is what has turned into Pad 20 with everything else still working. And, of course, the Launch Complex Center. There's Launch Control Center. You can also see here are some Here's an electrical cable, which is, of course, working. That is powering the pad right here. And then, of course, there is logic right here. And this logic is buried underneath. Here is a launch connection cable, and that should actually be disconnected. I'm not sure why that was connected. So yeah, this just goes all underneath here, and there are just layers and layers and layers of this just circuit guts all underneath this this complex here. A lot of logic went into making this pad. I can actually show you guys that right now. I don't think we're under any time constraints. Okay, so this is the program Circuit Maker, which is a free circuit making program. I love it. You should too. This is the actual implemented logic to pads 20 and 30. Pads 10 and 20 are an AND gate plus a physical green-yellow toggle. So I talked about the pad warning system last time, which is installed. I will show you the pad 20 one here. Here is an actual working rocket animation that will actually go off when it's supposed to. So right now, this is the cold and dark state. This is the Launch Control Center's firing button. And this is the range control's go, no-go switch. And this here is the pad logic initiation switch. So basically, when I place that block, it will activate. Now, I did want to have it piston actuated, but unfortunately, pistons cannot push RedNet cables. I hate it. It's a Minecraft limitation. So we had to simulate it using a toggle switch instead. Please note that as soon as I switch the toggle switch, the pad warning system becomes yellow, and the rocket hasn't launched. However, if I were to say, if range control suddenly says, range is go, well, now we're red, because that means that is very dangerous. That means that there is a chance that we could launch. And there now, if you see, all it takes is the Launch Control Center. Launch Control Center can say, hey, we're going to fire. Boom, rocket goes off. So that is exactly what that is there to prevent. Same thing with the Launch Control Center. Goes straight to red. But you'll notice that the only way it's going to launch is if the Launch Control Center says yes, and with this, and Range Control says yes with this. So the proper setup procedure is pad to red, which means that pad warning system goes to yellow, because the logic is connected. And then just before launch, range control will say we are go for launch. And then there will be the big countdown, and then finally on 3, 2, 1, Launch Control Center will itself give it the signal, and now we have launch of the rocket. And then, of course, to reset, all of that goes back to 0, and we're green again. So that is how that works. So how long did it take all this stuff to get installed? Hours and hours. I kid you not. This is what it looked like before I covered it over with sand. That area earlier, yeah, so you can see this goes down quite a ways, and it's all buried. I've filled in the trenches, and I've taken note of where all of these pieces are, so in case something goes wrong with the launch logic, we can dig it up. And yeah, here's another, this is pad 30's system here. And this is pad 20's launch logic. That's another shot of 20, and yet another shot of pad 20, and just some more crazy stuff. There's a line that I ran out, and then it ran, of course, out to pad 30. And I did discover a giant hole underneath pad 20 while I was digging that, so I figured I'd take a picture of that crazy shaft. And there it is as I'm covering it over. Oh yeah, and then of course this happened again. So yeah, hours and hours of work, but let me tell you, it was so worth it. Okay, so now in front here, I have for you this is um, the beach mission list, I think. It's actually blocking the name right now. But anyway, this is a mission table of all the things we've done. We've already done. Actually, no, we have not done Beach 1. We have done mission called Launch, which is the very first one. That was already shown. So we're now working for Beach 1. Beach 1 uses a redstone rocket and a atmospheric sounding kit, and the mission is to test a ballistic rocket and gauge the atmosphere, obviously. So anything... This is the information here. So obviously you have the name, the stages, the elements, and the task list. So stages are the encompassing activities. Elements are stuff needed for the mission. And the task list is basically what needs to happen. So black means it is true to real life. So yes, we would launch. Yes, we would attempt to downlink data. Red is something due to simulation limitations that don't happen in real life. For example, after we launch, we don't move the rocket back to the assembly building because it launches and then fires into the ocean, and then we have to recover it from there. But we can't simulate an entire rocket like that going up. I can only simulate a missile, and it kind of stinks. But anyway, we have a task list here. We have to build a redstone rocket, a science package, and a gantry. We already have the recovery boat built, but it needs to be piloted down here. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go out and build a gantry. The gantry needs to have specific dimensions to it. So let's go ahead and grab that out of the... we're going to grab this out of the freight cart. There it is. And go ahead and construct it. And I will need to pause the video again because I need to do some math. Surprise, surprise. This way. Wait, no, that's pad 30. Somebody tell me where my orbiter processing facility is. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I'm actually in the process of building the gantry right now. So I just wanted to get the initial frame down. This is basically it. It's 2 legs. I would have made it 4 legs except for the fact that if we drive it next to the stuff, if it touches, that's really, really bad because if this thing touches anything else, it means that it's going to become part of it. And I'm not looking forward to that happening. So as a result, we are not going to be able to do that. So basically now what needs to happen is we got to make this thing look as real as possible, using as much of this as, well, using all of it technically. And now it's getting dark again, which makes me very angry because I can't get down from here without losing the ability to get back up here again. Jeez, I've only used half of it. There's got to be something else we can do with this thing. And the problem is it has to be able to fit into these buildings. I guess up is the only dimension that we're not concerned with. So I'm just going to add a giant block here and fill it with stuff, and we're going to claim it's a counterweight. Okay, here's our gantry crane, and now let's hope that I can drive the thing and not crash it into the vehicle assembly building, because I did not go to crane driving school. Okay, so I've moved the crane into the vehicle assembly building. I don't see any problems with the way I parked it, so that's pretty good. It doesn't look like it's touching any part of the vehicle assembly building, and oh yeah, that was kind of close. I think this place is a little bit bigger than it looks from the outside, which is kind of good. So yeah, it's in, which is what I was hoping for. So we're set in that department. Gantry is done. Next is the science package. So now I have to build a science package. The science package is quick and easy. All we need is just this stuff. Half of the stuff even goes in a chest. So we really shouldn't be having any problems with this thing. We need to put this somewhere where the crane can pick it up, and oh yeah, I know where to put it. Build the darn thing on a this. Okay, so that's part of the adapter hardware, and then we need the base. But hang on a second, because something's not making sense. Unless maybe there was a gap. There's only 3. Yeah, hopefully there's meant to be a gap there. Okay, yeah, there is. The gap goes on the... Looks like the side upwards from this thing. Okay, so here's the base of the science package. 3, 4. Gap goes there, just remember that. So then the antenna goes... Oh shoot, this glass. Let's figure out if we can put a... yes, we can. Perfect. There's the antenna stuff. Put the glass block in. Glass block is just mainly for sampling and stuff. And here's the components. We want the glass on the outside, gauges on the outside as well. Thermometer is on the outside as well, and the radio goes on the bottom. And that is our science package. This is what we're flying into space. I know it's nothing big, but it's our very first thing. So we got battery power, we got an antenna, we got the radio transmitter, we got this camera, thermometer, and various atmospheric measurement gauges. Wow. All that's left is the rocket. And it's rocket science, so of course it has to be complicated. Just go through the astronaut doors. This, by the way, is a giant thermal vacuum chamber. We can suck all the air out inside here and test. So this is actually... I'm sleeping in the operations and checkout facility. These are technically astronaut beds, so don't tell them that I've been sleeping in here beforehand. Anyway, there's no astronauts right now, so we're not concerned with that kind of stuff. Now we need to build a rocket, and the rocket needs to be built... I think what we're going to do is we're going to build the rocket on a suspended on a suspended tower here. I'm going to go ahead and grab the stuff and be right back. Okay, I've got the rest of the components, which means the stupid freight trailer can finally be put away. I vote we go 5 high. Perfect. Now we need the base of the rocket. So FYI, this is what we're building. It's a redstone rocket. You'll notice that up here we have a launch escape system, a capsule which will be replaced by the science package for this launch, some ballast, radios and electrical stuff, an alcohol tank, a liquid oxygen tank, and then the rocket engine itself and some fairing and rudder fins. So when it's scaled down to Minecraft, this is what we're left with. So this is the fairing, this is engines and stuff, that's the liquid oxygen tank, that's the alcohol tank, this is the radios and electric junk. Then we have ballast, vehicle adapter, and capsule or equivalent, and launch escape tower. Which I am actually going to install the launch escape tower because I want it tested. Okay, so the rocket is there. Or rather, the launch pad. I want the center being on this side. Except there's two. So we'll have the left be here and the right be here. So in which case I'm going to go up one and place there. Oh, whatever. That's our first block. Okay. So now I have to figure out what to do about the engine. Because this is going to be tricky. Okay, so this is the fin base. Oh my gosh. Okay, so we have 2 and 2. So that means that's a base, that's a base, and that's a base. Okay, that's going to help align me a lot. So that, there, and there. Okay, so that's a start. Except we're not using stone. Oh, man. Stone is supposed to be for something else. Of course. So rocket fairing. There are 10 of that. So, yeah, we were supposed to use the tin decoration box. Lovely. There you go, people. We've already hiccuped. Our very first rocket, we couldn't even build it right initially. The engineer had to come over and be like, no, 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 you're doing it all wrong. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boom, and boom. Woohoo, we got the base done. And I have to say, for how off these dimensions are, this actually looks a lot like a rocket. It comes out much nicer than in the picture, actually. Let me replace the stone that I got. I'm actually pretty pleased. This is, I'm serious when I say this is actually turning out a lot better. So now we have to add the engine hardware, which is just a simple 8 iron blocks. And now we've moved up to the liquid oxygen tank, which Yeah, I know it's a tank, but you have to have at least a 3x3 in Minecraft for it to be a genuine space inside. So let's just pretend that we're plating the outside of the rocket. We're not adding any. I've done it again. Looking nice. I'm really impressed. For as limited as Minecraft is, it looks amazing. And this is the smallest rocket that we're going to build, besides the one we've already built. Okay, alcohol tank. It's going to use this type of plating. The outside is going to be striped. That will kind of be annoying, but there's no way around it. That's the alcohol tank done. And now we have 8 of this. So now I have to figure out how I want this junk organized. So we'll have that, and we need 4 blocks. So what else can be on the bottom? This should be on the top. Radio goes inside. That's there. This goes inside it as well. We'll put that on the bottom as well, along with that. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll put that on top, and 8. Okay, so there's our full 8. So now we go ahead and add. Oh man, that's beautiful stuff. Too bad it's so expensive. And that's gonna look really cool. Look at the contrast there. For yeah, redstone things have this deal of being always on. I really don't want to place the TNT now. Oh, crap. Can we do... Okay. We're going to put the TNT inside the chest because I'm not risking it. Put the avionics down. There we go. And inside here, we put the logic. And then on one end, we can put the explosive charges. We'll throw those in there for goodwill. So, you may be asking, why is a manable rocket being put in a position where it could be destroyed? And the answer is, look up the launch range control like I told you to. That will tell you why. Okay, whatever. I'm proud with that. So this is the launch escape tower, which is not part of this. Wait a minute. Yes, it is part of this. But we need the payload first. We have to stack the payload. So let's go ahead and add the ballast. Oh, poo. Picky stuff. Okay. Now I'm going to have a sleep. Somebody has stolen a piece of sand from my system. By the way, I promised to show you the pad warning system. And here is the pad... You idiot! You stole my piece of the wall. See, imagine what would happen in real life. If you had a Saturn V, you were going to launch it, and at the very last second, an Enderman stole a piece of your tank. Your entire rocket would explode. I have to figure out some way to disable that, because that is very annoying. Good, so that's the launch. This is the, I should be able to... No, that's going to make cobblestone. Ah, yes, but I can get under here. And there, now I've just exposed some logic. So, this is the way the pad warning system works. There are three panes, a red pane, a yellow pane, and a green pane. And these are underneath pistons, which when activated with certain pulses will give it special, will change the indication. And then of course there's a backlight. So red goes in front obviously because it's the most critical, and when something's wrong we need to see. Okay, now why is pad 40 yellow? Maybe that's why? Okay, let's see what happened now. Okay, pad 40 is still yellow. Something's not right. See, this is why I had all of that stuff down there just in case. Okay, now something else happened. What are you doing? Okay, and now we're green. I guess it just had to be reset for some reason. Wouldn't matter anyway. There's no rocket in the launch pad, but still, it could matter because of, well, reasons. So now I have to grab that and stick it on top of that. Alright, so let's get up there and drive the crane over. And this is where I'm trying to hope that that nothing goes wrong. Because I do have to shift the crane over a bit, which is going to make me weary. Okay, so anyway, or wary, whatever. The X is the most important. So 1, 2, 2, 4 is where it has to be parked again in order to come straight back. Okay, so play your favorite crane beeping backup music or whatever as I move the crane into position. Why did we get stuck? Seriously, why the heck did we get stuck? There we go. Okay, the goal is to not touch the rocket and to instead touch the science package to grab it. And you know what? Never mind, because yeah, that always happens. Yeah, so we don't want to touch the science package yet because we need to install a buffer like that so that we can remove the buffer and free the crane when it's done. It was like the worst timing. It happened right at takeoff as well. Okay, let's go ahead and boom, right like that. Now when we decompile, we should now have the science payload attached. Let's just make sure once we get moving. Okay, let's make sure that yes, we have grabbed the O, except for the fact that the adapter didn't grab. Why didn't the adapter grab? Actually, this doesn't matter yet. Let's go to the very top right now. And there we will install the science module. So the reason it doesn't matter is because 3 of those 4 stone blocks are supposed to be there. The 4th one is actually not supposed to be there. So that's not going to hurt anything. So now we have to maneuver the science payload into position. Which is going to take a little bit of work here to get it into a place where it's supposed to be. This is just like what they do in real life. As long as it's not glitching out, I'm fine with it taking 10 minutes to line this thing up. Just don't glitch on me. Alright, let's hope when this decompiles, it goes right on top of the rocket. If it doesn't, we might have to remove blocks. Okay, let's do a visual check here. Okay, it's been put on perfectly fine. Excellent. So now we remove the buffer, and now we're disconnected from the crane. So I should actually call that the hook, because in real life that's technically what it is. Remove this piece, which isn't supposed to be there. And now grab the this piece, which is the that's part of the adapter. So we're going to stick that on as well. This can go back into the vehicle assembly building. I'm not using it. And we're going to have to go pretty far up the ladder this time to get to the bottom. I'm going to need to drop one more. And stick this right under there, just like that. Perfect. No, not perfect. We can't use this as an adapter. The reason being is because the program will not accept that. So we're going to have to substitute with cobblestone instead, because when we attempt to move the entire rocket, it's not going to compile that, and that's an unacceptable way of using blah. So now I have to figure out, I have to compare what I have so far with what I have on the right. And the capsule is supposed to take 2, sometimes 3 meters. So that's the 1, 2, and sometimes 3, I guess. Yes, okay. And then 3, 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 on top of the antenna that's already there for the... So the antenna will be mounted inside the launch escape tower. So let's go ahead and get up here and go right over. Raise her up a little bit more. Okay. Get back down to level. Get on top of this. And 2, 3, 4. And remove this one because it's a screw up. Okay? And that's our rocket, people. It's done. Cannot grab that from here. Alright, I'm going to move the crane back into the building now. Okay, so now the next thing that I'm going to try to do is connect to the entire rocket and drive the entire stack into the building. In order to do that, we need to be at 1224 and decompile before going in there. So there we go, we've got the crane. Let's go ahead and go down to the rocket top. There we go. Decompile. And hopefully we've snagged the rocket. Let's see if we've got it. No, we didn't grab it. Why didn't we grab it? Apparently fences are prohibited. How are fences prohibited? A fence is not a prohibited block. We should have connected. So I'm trying again with a different adapter. And we've got the entire rocket this time. Got the entire rocket. Okay. 1224. So we need to go this way. Yes. Okay, we need to hold it steady. Go up just a little bit. Then we have to figure out how far we can go down. So hopefully when we decompile, we'll be at 1224. Yes, we are. Perfect. Okay, and now it's just a matter of figuring out how far we can go down without joining something. And just in case, I'm going to put a buffer in. Okay. Not really much, actually. Doesn't really look like we can go down. Not at all. We'll just have to drive the stack in as is, unless... Oh, man, is that not going to fit? That's not going to fit in. Crap. I hate to say it, but we can't drive this thing into the vehicle assembly building. It's too big. Part of this might be because we didn't attach the way I intended on attaching. Okay, so now I'm thinking if I grabbed from the top, as long as we didn't go out too far, that should work. Okay, I'm gonna fiddle with stuff before I attempt to record. He's gonna die! He's gonna die! Ah! Oh, man. Try again, you imbecile. Whee! Yeah, I bet you're mad. Okay, so I know now what I'm gonna do. So the bottom of the rocket is at 94, and we can lower it all the way down to this +1. So that's 94, down to 77. So that's 17. We can lower it up to 17 meters. So to be safe, let's only lower it 16 meters. And now it looks like it's raining. Okay, so 16 meters down from here would be 98. So I can lower the rocket down to 98 and then drive it straight in. Come on. Finally, 98. Alright, now we can push this thing in some of the way, but not... Oh, don't do that. Okay. This mod is now stupid because it draws a cube around the entire framework, and it says that nothing can violate that cube. This makes it impossible for me to grab and release objects using the crane and use the crane the way it's intended. Like driving it under buildings. Despite the fact that there is clearly nothing between here and here blocking the building, this is just presumed to be all the way to the height of the building, and that's why we can't drive the stupid stack inside. So now it's stuck here. So now it's going to sit like this until we're ready to launch. Ridiculous. Let's bring up the mission table here. Okay, so here's our beach missions table here. All of the elements are complete now. So the very first thing to do the next episode, which by the way is the launch, is to move the rocket to the pad. That is actually done already. So now I have to figure out some way to label this stuff that's done. That is only going to highlight that. So let's make everything that's done blue. So this mission was done, so that goes blue. Okay. So it's just getting stuff set up for the actual launch and then the launch itself. So I hope you guys enjoyed the tour. I hope you guys enjoyed the building of this amazing rocket, which is now going to allow us to fly stuff into space. As I said, next episode we're going to move it to the launch pad itself. And then we're going to go through the launch procedure, which is going to take some time, position the recovery vessel. We're going to launch it high up into space, and it's going to come back down, and it's going to splash down in the ocean a few thousand miles off the coast. So this has been Dr. Aeronautics, and I will see you guys next time for the launch of this rocket. Bye.